Hello everyone, welcome back to another video in the channel Charles More. Please be sure to comment, like, and subscribe to the channel Charles More. Please remember to keep your comments decent and non-offensive. And let's get into the video, shall we? So we're actually talking about the United States is headed for disaster. Just at the end of the month will mark the well, right after December 1st gets here, they'll mark the 2-month mark of the federal government being shut down. And yeah, while the government is shut down, nobody can get their SNAP benefits, and federal workers that can't go back to work. So yeah, you know how bad this is? Well, you know, if you're a federal worker, you work at a museum or you work at like a federal government park, you can't go back to work. And yeah, that means you can't make money. So it's like the federal workers are pretty much like, it's kind of like that all those time that the federal government is being shut down, nobody will get, it's like nobody can, nobody is allowed to, it's almost like it's sad that, federal workers can't, feed the family because they're not going back to work. And yeah, that's actually sad that these people can't, make a pay without the federal government. So, yeah, this is bad enough. This is a crisis. And, this is not good. It's not funny. It's not great that you'd actually have to, like, stay off of going to work for however long the federal government is shut down. So that isn't fun. Now, my two guesses, and a third, if I may add that. Number one, the head of the Trump administration, Donald J. Trump himself, he is probably keeping the federal government shut down because of... He's probably keeping the federal government shut down because, money. Number two, power and control. And three, self-centeredness. Those are my guesses right there. And they're educated guesses. So, yeah, I just gotta say that, that is probably what I just think right there. But, who can guess why the federal government is still being kept shut down? Alright. Now, with all these guesses, that's all that I can give right now. Alright. I mean, we're eventually going to know exactly when the federal government is going to be back open. And yes, it pains me to say this, but, we're going to have to, like, ride this Trump train and see where, this huge dark tunnel actually had and like a lot of tunnels that you go through. At some point, there has to be some light where it's at the end where you come out of this tunnel. So, yeah. So, I mean, take it from me. I mean, there's got to be some sort of light here. Somebody that is going to be able to figure out, exactly why the federal government's been shut down for at least 2 years. Because everybody should know this. Everybody should know this. And yeah, as long as the federal government is shut down, there's going to be figuring out why has this happened the way that it has. There has to be a way. At some point, you're going to see exactly why the federal government is being shut down and why it's been shut down for like almost 2 months. Or maybe even more, depending on how long the federal government's being shut down. At some point, there's going to be light that actually, where you come out of this dark tunnel and then the SNAP benefit people and the federal workers, they might start feeling betrayed by the Trump administration. If that were to be the case. Okay? I think the Trump administration might be responsible for the federal government still being shut down. So, yeah, that's just how I'm just taking this whole thing. So, yeah, there's light at the end of this dark tunnel. Eventually, there's going to come answers. And we're going to find out exactly why the federal government's been shut down for such a very, very long period of time. I'm not going to say 2 months because I can't give like an exact, I can't give like an exact, I can't give like an exact, what is it? An exact date. Because you may never know. The shutdown could end up being more than 2 months. Alright, 3? Maybe. I certainly have no idea. I mean, everybody is going to figure this out sooner or later. I mean, obviously, I just feel like this is just like, I think that Trump might be just keeping the government, federal government shut down because he doesn't care about the American people. That's how I personally feel about it. Alright, what has Trump ever done for this country? What has Trump ever done for the American people? Oh, nothing. If I had to say something for, just making my point, getting my point across, I don't think Trump really does care about the American people. He's an American traitor, in my opinion. And he's just, he's not trusted to be, he's not trusted to be, President of the United States, period. I'm going to tell you for a fact that this man isn't fit for being President of the United States. So you would think exactly that this is the case. You would think that this man is just not fit for, running anymore for the rest of his 4 years. And yeah, that seems to be the case here. It might look like this is what it is, and I might be right on that. I might be right. This man is just, I feel he is so unfit to run for the next 4 years. Actually, 3 years. This month of 2025 is beginning to end soon. We got like almost 1 month left of the year. And everybody knows that when 1 year ends, sometimes another good year can end in a bigger disaster, or it can be a good one, depending on a lot of things. Mass shootings, yeah, that for one, yeah. I mean, mass shootings, believe me, we all know how bad it was when there was like a bunch of mass shootings, I think in 2023, that stuff. And 2023 was basically like the most bad year that we have actually ever had, and that stuff. You can look at like bad, like years being bad because of mass shootings, or you can look at them as or you can actually look at them as been good years. It all depends. Anyway, we're gonna find out how long the federal government is being shut down. This is just real frustrating, and we'll find out why it's happening. If Donald J. Trump actually does end up getting impeached for betraying the American people, then it would be it could become the J.D. Vance administration, and hopefully, J.D. Vance would do stuff differently as president of the United States, differently than what Trump does. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. If you like what's said here, please be sure to comment, like, and subscribe to the channel Charles Morse. And again, please remember to keep your comments kids and not offensive. And, well, America's gonna have to spectate when the federal government's gonna be reopened. This is Charles Morse. Have a good day. I'll see you all in my next video.